just exactly what's needed as far as actors, once you know what, you know. I think it's, the time thing needs to be figured out first, and then how are you gonna fill it in with what? I mean, I'll be glad to do the help you research for plays.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'll fill that in, you know.
What are you doing next week?
Low royalty plays.
Yeah. What are you doing next week?
Working.
Are you intensely working?
I can be doing some research for you next week.
Okay.
Or you, what are you
Well,
asking?
the reason why, like, I don't exactly know a couple of the plays that I'm doing is because I wanted to see what turnout I had and what talent I had so I could fill those gaps.
Right.
I mean, because in community theater, you already have those people that you know are going to be there and are going to do it for you. Whereas this kind of thing, it's kind of like who will show up and go with the needs of that stuff. Because really and truly, I had a lot of people call me and tell me that they were going to be here. Granted, a lot of them were bands and stuff, which they're not here. So, I mean...
Maybe, you know, if you could do several three-person things, or, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
No, yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah. That's one thing.
We were doing an acting workshop here years ago, Mike Campbell was, and we ended up just doing monologues, because folks, we couldn't get it coordinated.
Yeah.
Or small scene studies, you know, with low numbers of people.
What I want to know now, out of the people that I have here, as I said, it's going to be on a Thursday through Sunday. Who is willing to be a participant within the 72? Because I know I can twist a couple of arms from some other people that are around my age. I can twist their arms and make them do it. But I need to know, out of this group that's here, who I know everybody wants to help, but I'm saying who will want to go for that stretch of time. Okay. On your sheet, I want you to put that, and I already pictures up. Where did we put theirs? This is 1 through. What happened to everybody else? Here it is. What number were you, Heather?
8.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. Okay.
So you want us to put what?
If you want to go for the record, put that on there. If you don't, then just don't worry about it. Because I need to know when we're doing research for the plays. I was like, okay, I've at least got 3 people. I'm going to call up a couple others who's going to be in here, get those down. That way I can work on getting the scripts. And if we needed the extra couple of people, we have those extra couple of people, but I need the strong people in it.
Would you want to do, well, of course, we don't know how many people, but would you want to have understudies just in case somebody just faints or whatever?
Oh, sorry.
You know, 50 hours into it. Well, we all have.
Say again, sorry.
Again.
Would you want to have understudies to, you know, like 2 understudies per person? Like, you know you want to do the 72-hour thing. That's your thing that you're wanting to, that you know you want to do that. But
Yeah.
with your other people around you, if you had understudies and they got worn out and, you know, it wouldn't blow the whole thing if you were able to.
If there were, let's say me, Andy, and Heather, sorry, I was just going to count myself twice because I'm that good. Anyway, if we 3 were going for the record and her character that was going for the record dropped out, like she fainted, and we had to take her to the hospital, meaning it's the whole, if there's nobody to take her place. Oh, interesting.
We need to have somebody at the ready, kind of.
I'm not sure if,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure if, well, they're not going to know who's in the play. Well, I mean, we're going to tell them at the end of it who's all in the plays. That brings up the whole playbill thing. So anybody that wants to do a playbill design, there's another department. Anyway, with the whole, I don't know if, with what you're saying, if Victoria wasn't going for the record, but Heather passed out, would she be able to take her place in that? But
Y'all could finish up.
so we could finish the record out. That's what it means by the retiring of I'm done with this, I'm out. But there's still us two to go forward and continue. And your understudies would take over in her roles that she decided not to go for.
But the max is 8 hours?
8 hours consecutively for people on stage. You have to take a break after 8 hours.
Okay.
After that 8th hour is done, you have to take a break.
But then after your break, you've got to resume.
Yes, you have to resume after your break.
5-minute break?
5 minutes for every consecutive hour. So if you do 8 hours, you've accumulated 40 minutes of break time.
Okay.
So you could do a power nap if you wanted to. But that's the thing. Like, Heather could sit out for, 4 of the 20-minute, or 2 of the 20-minute shows, and somebody take her place, like the understudy taking her place, that sort of thing. So you could do 8 hours straight through, and do an 8-hour block or something, 8 hours straight through, and then some people, take a break for 40 minutes. And then, so if you did 8 hours consecutively, you could work that out. But I have the people that want to go for the record, and then the helpers, and then I'm going to see who else wants to go for it as well. That way I can at least get a decent idea of what kind of plays I want to do with the talent that I have. Okay, any more questions?